So people message me on Instagram saying, why did you tell about your story? How's the life of a personal trainer, and how's the life of a strength conditioning coach? How does it go? Like, how many clients do you train, and all that sort of questions. And what did you study? What you had to study, and where did you study, and what degrees are essential for all this, and all that sort of questions. So I thought I should make a video on this, and I got a chance to do the video right now while I'm driving on the roads of Goa. And this is the best opportunity because I want to say my heart out how it is exactly like. And so this will be like a long video now. This will be a long video, and I don't want to talk about any science and anything like that. Just my life, how it is. And people ask me, why did you move to Goa and all that thing. So let me start how it started actually, and why did I come into the fitness industry? How did I come into the fitness industry? What was the reason? So flashback. So I'm from a very small village from Sawantwadi, and I grew up there, did my graduation there, but that was not exercise science, sports and exercise science. I did my graduation in computer science, which I never wanted to do, and I was not interested in computer science at all, which I told my parents that time, but it was kind of typical for them because they never wanted me to like stay away from their parents. Being I'm the only child, and they never wanted to me to go away from them and study close by only. So hence I decided, okay, so let's try that, and let's try to stay there and do computer science, which was really boring. I never understood the Java and the C++. Starting from C++ language, it was like a bouncer for me. I was a good cricketer, and I am a good cricketer, but I don't play for any team. It started long back when I was in college. I was to play cricket for the Maharashtra team, and I used to travel with the team in college school times, and I used to love it. That was like in my blood. So my mom pushed me that I should exercise, I should stay fit. God knows where it come from, because none of my family from that side goes to wants to stay fit or wants to exercise and stay like that. So yeah, I accepted, and I never wanted to wake up at 5 a.m. My mom still wakes up at 4 a.m. after being retired from the hospital. She's into the medical field. So she used to wake me up at 5 a.m. sharp. No alarms, nothing. I had to wake up without any reason. Wear my tracks, t-shirts, get my gears on, shoes and all, and then go for a run around the lake, which I really hated. Early morning wearing those shoes and all. Who wants to get up at 5 a.m? Nobody wants to get up at 5 a.m. Then this was on and on and on and on. I started my exercise. I used to love it. Then I started working out in a gym, in a local gym with a local trainer, and he used to make me 150 push-ups at the start, and I was so sore. Like, I don't want to use the word, but yeah, which will describe how sore I was. And I couldn't move my single body part next day. But the pain went down. I used to love how I was started transforming, because then I used to go to college, and the girls started looking at you. You are more attractive. There are only 2 guys working out in the entire college, not only class. So only me and my friend used to go to the gym, decided time, very punctual every day. It was a very local Vyayam Shala in Marathi. It's not gym like we see the gyms, fancy gyms surrounded with all those fancy equipment, nothing like that. Bipasha Basu ke gaane baste the that time Raz movie was released. That time I used to work out in the gym, and it was fun, and I was like loving my body, how it was transforming, and yeah, I just wanted to go on and on and on and on. I was eating good. I had good genetics. That's what I feel. So I was continuing it. Fast forward, then I did my graduation in computer science. God knows how I passed. Uske baad I came to Bombay. After coming to Bombay, I never had a clue what I wanted to do. Because coming from a village, you really don't have any options like you have in all the urban cities. I came to Bombay and I started working. I started working in a local store. It was a local general store where you buy the groceries and all. Yeah. So after I started working in the store, I was like really bored. Sitting in the back office and doing all the billing and all. That was not my. That was not me. So then the owner just kicked me off after a month. He gave me 1,700 rupees. I still remember that cash he gave me in the envelope. I left. Uske baad I was left with I was in Bombay that time in Kalyan, my uncle's house, and with a question mark on my mind, what to do now. One of my friend, Santosh, he was a physically challenged guy. He's still my friend today. He said, why don't you try working in a BPO? You just have to talk a little bit of English. My English was really pathetic, and I still feel my English is really pathetic when it comes to grammar. I'm zero, but that's okay. Then he introduced me to his friend, absolute good English, and I was like, okay, मैं किससे बात करूँगा? How will I get a job? But still, I gave it a try. I gave my interview. They passed me out. 7,000 was the salary. I was hired. I was on cloud 9 or 10, 11. I got the job. I started working in a call center. I started working in a call centers later. Coming fast forward back, I was really bored again. I felt that was not me again. Call center, sitting in one chair, taking calls, talking to irritated clients, foreigners, and speaking in that fake English language, fake accent, was not me. I was kicked out again. I didn't leave, I resigned it. I was kicked out again. Then I met few friends after I left the call center BPO. They told me, why don't you try in acting? You have a good physique, you are exercising well, you have a good build. Why don't you try in acting? Okay, now again I got an idea of, chalo, let's try in acting, let's try our luck, what's wrong in that. So then I tried my luck, and I got into acting. I made friends who were casting directors. I got into acting. I was like really earning well. They pay you like 5,000 per day that time, and I did so many serials like Southern India, which watching this video, please people don't ask me about the links about they are on Hotstar and all that, or YouTube, please. I mean, I don't want to watch myself because the acting was really pathetic, but I don't know how I got the work done, and maybe because of my friends I used to give them some daru and all, and some parties, so they got me into that, and I was earning well. I mean, this was like fast money. Then after that, after doing call center, I was after doing acting, I was earning well, but still I felt that this is not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for I did not come to Bombay to act in movie, the serials, daily soaps, and do all that, whatever the daily soaps are meant to make public bore, and all those dialogues and all. I couldn't. I was fumbling when I was talking in Hindi in front of the camera, and I got so many galis from the director. I mean, I'm not. This is not my passion, so that's okay. I mean, uske baad I met Sahil. Amazing man, amazing human being, amazing person. I mean, he's on Instagram, Sahil Rashid. He's the next level boy. I mean, I love him a lot. He told me, Gaurav, why don't you try why don't you try out learning about exercise science? Why don't you try out studying this field, sports and exercise science, and I want you to join our company, and then you can train people and make people healthy, happy and fit. Alright, so that was something really close to my heart. Rather not thought so, but it was very close to my heart, because exercising, keeping myself fit, looking good, that was since my mom used to wake me up at 5 a.m. So I thought, okay, I mean, I don't want to try in acting anymore, because meeting the producers, meeting is CCD, or so much of those kind of meetings filled with annoyed people. I thought Sahil is telling me a very good advice. I think I should try this. Then uske baad I never looked back. I did my small courses. I did my degree. I took my certifications. I was not a certification junkie to get all the certifications around me, but yeah. After that, I met right people. I saw the right direction. The GPS was telling me this is the way you have to go, and I did not miss my route. Uske baad I did really well. I mean, that's what I feel. I did my degrees. I did my strength and conditioning coach specialist ka course, and I got an international degree. I never looked back. Then I was saying in Bombay, I was working for BCCI. I mean, come on, boy, this is like a top of the mountain, which I felt. I mean, definitely you should not go on cloud nine. You should always stay on ground. But this is what I felt, and I was like next level. Training the cricketers, the national level cricketers, coming from a village of Sawantwadi, doing nothing in Bombay, struggling in a BPO acting field, and then you are here, which you always wanted. And it never came out of me what I wanted in life, but you always meet those angels in your life. You always meet those people in your life, and Sahil played that role for me of an angel. And Sahil will watch this video and message me now. Okay, you're praising me a lot, bro, but thanks a lot for this. This he will say, I know that. And uske baad I never looked back. I did my graduation. I sorted my life, and I was earning like nothing. I was minting money. I was satisfied. There was a satisfaction, dopamine rush, absolutely perfect in my life. Bombay was suiting me in terms of in the fitness industry. And well, what happened was that the traveling was extreme when it comes to training the national level players. The traveling is too much. Even I got offers from OGQ, the Olympic Gold Quest, but then I didn't take the offer of training the athletes, not because it's a non-profitable organization and the pay scale is low, but the traveling was too much. I got migraine in that time, 2015-16, and it is horrible to live with migraine. Completely horrible. As a strength coach, you have to stand there in maybe it's sun or whatever weather it is, in front of the cricketers. You have to help them. You have to make them conditioned. You have to make them strong enough so that they play their best. They are the best of themselves, or they can be. Uske baad the migraine was like amazingly high, and then I had to stop my BCCI, and that's what I got cursed for, and that's what I get. I have to listen to all my parents. Why did you leave this job? Because that job pays today not less than 10 lakhs a month. I mean, that is the minimum amount which you get. I don't know who is training the under-19 team right now, but yeah, cricket was there in my blood, and it is in my blood today as well. Uske baad then I just took a break. I left BCCI. It was not boring. It is a superb job. If anybody gets it, I mean, everybody is dying out there to get that job. I got it very easily. But it's not easy. You have to struggle. You have to earn the job. You cannot get it like, okay, served on the plate. You have to pass exams. You have to score 71, and 71 is not easy. You will get stuck at 65, 60 so many times. Alright, so having said that, uske baad I left the BCCI. It was like after some time I realized that, okay, Gaurav, you have done a mistake. Alright, that's fine. You do mistakes and you learn from it. But right now there is no learning, because BCCI will not hire me anymore. That's what I feel. So I thought that, okay, I should experiment going to Goa. being from Goa, the red soil, I'm really connected to my roots. My clients, I used to train clients personally as well, and they used to say, "Ki Gaurav, you look like lost when you talk about Goa. We really feel that you are really connected to Goa. That your roots are there." I used to feel so. I was getting so emotional. I always wanted to go to Goa, settle there. Understanding the fact that there is no fitness in Goa, like fitness as such, because we Goans believe in only pav and fish and Susegard life. Susegard means laid back attitude. Alright, so I thought I should, why not take a chance in life? I have taken so many risks, so many of them. I should go back to Goa and see what happens if we can settle. I came to Goa. I lived here, and the things went like okay, the Goans are nothing related to fitness. You go to the gym, half of the people are on phone, and they are really not interested in fitness, but they definitely want to take free advice from you, and they think that the trainers are standing out there to give the free advice to everyone, and they want all the information sucked out of you without paying anything. That's what I felt. No hard feelings, Goans, if you see this, but that's what I experienced, and I won't blame anyone because this might be the culture here. That's not a problem. Alright, after that, I thought, so after coming to Goa, I thought that this may be a wrong decision that I took, that coming to Goa, understanding the fact that that Goa is not for, fitness culture is not there. Even Bombay, it's just started. I mean, only the people feel ki, okay, meri shadi hai, mera New Year hai, mera birthday party, mera birthday hai, so I should look good on that particular day. Baki ka din, if I don't look good, that's not a problem. So fitness is seasonal. That's what I think, and hence I'm writing a book called The Gym Within. It's a very slow process. I'm thinking a lot when I'm writing, so it's taking time. I cannot just finish it off like my close friend Yashodhara Lal. She writes dozens of books, and she is next level. She's from Delhi, settled in Goa, Vagator, and she's one of my mentor. I like to talk to her. She guides me a lot. Alright, so apart from that, Goa, it didn't suit me when it comes to fitness at all. And I never wanted to shift to Goa. So people ask me, why did you shift to Goa? This was the reason which I told you in the video, that I came to Goa because I was feeling that, okay, there is something life mein, there is something lacking behind. I mean, what was it? So I came to Goa, and people come here for peace. People come here for spend some quality time with themselves or with their loved ones. But for me, it was like something to discover within myself. So I didn't shift to Goa. That was an experiment. I love to make experiment. I love to experiment in life. Unless and until you do it, you won't come to know which direction you can go further on in your life. So I might move to Bombay anytime once I see I get a good opportunity, and definitely I'll get a big deal. Life is like you get many. There are so many chances you get in life. You just have to know which is the right chance. And so this is me, the life of a personal trainer. Let me answer that as well in this video, or a strength conditioning coach rather. I train people right from 5 AM. Right now I don't have a 5 AM client, but yeah, I train 6 AM I start, but I have to wake up at 5 AM. I don't need an alarm, not from today, not from yesterday. For the past so many years, I don't need an alarm to wake up at 5 AM. I should say thanks to my mom for that, because that was the start she gave me in my life, unknowingly I would say, but fortunately yes. So I wake up at 5 AM, I do my meditation. That really works to get my brain wired up properly and think what to do for the next session. Because I always think I cannot train anyone without a plan. I cannot train anyone just like with a blank mind. So I always need a scientific, proper, structured plan in order to train anyone efficiently. So I wake up at 5 AM. I start my sessions at 6 AM. If there is a 5 AM session, I have to wake up like 4:30. But I love my lifestyle. never eat anything which I regret of. I never eat anything which I would say, अरे यार मैंने केक कल खा लिया, मैंने पिज़्ज़ा कल खा लिया, वो दोस्त का पार्टी था, he invited me for the party, और अगर मैं नहीं खाता तो उसको बुरा लग जाता. This is a statement which I have heard zillion times from people, and I don't care. If anybody feels bad, I can explain him why I'm not eating it. And my lifestyle, my approach towards my life, the approach towards the food, I would never call any food which is junk food or कोई भी खाना गंदा नहीं होता. It's preferred food or unpreferred food. That's how I deal with it. So yeah, I live a very healthy lifestyle. I make sure I train every day of the week except from Sunday. So I keep it for myself to learn something new. It's kind of a maintenance day, you know, where you can learn a lot of stuff, and so that whatever you learn you can just apply on your clients, on your students, and that's how they benefit out from your training. And that's the reason I charge very high amount. All right, so that's about me. It's not an easy life. I wouldn't say ki all the other professions are easy. All the professions are difficult, and never experienced those, but yeah, I would say that definitely the strength and conditioning coach is a blessed profession, and I've experienced that a lot, because I have seen zillion clients. I've trained whatever profession you say, right from a housewife, right from a pilot, right from a person who is physically challenged, a businessman, a doctor, a surgeon, you say, and I have trained those people. And I love to make people fitness literate. It's not about I want them to lift heavy, and that's never my approach, and it will never be like that. I love to make my clients fitness literate. I love to make them strong from here and not from the bicep. I love the fact that, you know, your neuromuscular system gets stronger first, and not your bicep. That's what my approach is, and that will be my approach till I'm dead. So I have different sort of clients, and I would say thank you to God for giving me such an opportunity, and I would say thank you to all the people who trust me as a strength and conditioning coach for their life. And it's really a blessing for me that I'm connected with so many people across our nation, across abroad, and also different people, different populations, and from different fields. So I'm thankful to everyone for the same. So that's about me, and it's not easy that you can you know, you need a right approach towards human anatomy, exercise physiology, kinesiology, and a lot of other stuff, you know, to train anyone efficiently and to excel anyone in that particular sport. You know, it is not easy that anybody can throw a javelin like 85 plus meters just by eating good food and just exercising normally. No, it's like you need a proper approach. You need a scientific, structured, progressive approach towards that person's training towards that particular sport, and it has to be a structure. You need a strength conditioning coach cannot just you know, design any random workouts unless and until knowing the fact that what kind of muscles, what is the action, what mobility, what flexibility, what tightness we need to throw that particular javelin so at that distance. So every coach, every personal trainer has to be respected, and it's not an easy game at all. And hence I really respect all my colleagues, all my people from the same profession. And it's not a free service. When people ask me what's the tip, can you give me a tip of what we should do to get, मुझे सिर्फ पेट कम करना है, मुझे सिर्फ ये करना है. It is not easy, guys. I mean, if I'm going to personal train anyone, any athlete, even if I'm not exercising, I have to put equal amount of energy to get that session done well. It's not that only that particular athlete is only working out. you have to put equal amount of effort so that the athlete feels that okay, this guy also has a passion in me, this guy also has some vision towards me. I have to push myself well enough to get the work done. Hence I would say that it's not an easy life, but it's definitely fruitful, and it's definitely an amazing life, and I'm blessed to be a strength conditioning